Here we are hanging on Ryan Malcolm's bus, Home, the new CD. And he was nice enough to take a couple minutes and talk to us. Is this your first time to St. John?
Actually, I was here about 2 years ago just on a little road trip with a couple friends, yeah. Love it out here, it's nice.
And I'm not going to talk about the ongoing saga that was Canadian Idol, but I'd really like to know more about World Idol and how that went for you.
Ray, you don't have to hide.
Don't hide, Ray. Come on in, Ray. You could stay here, absolutely.
The World Idol was great. It was a really good experience and great exposure, and made a lot of good friends, and just had a good time.
Did it really open up the world stage for yourself and this record?
Well, that's yet to be seen. Right now, we're just working on getting it released in different parts of Europe and the U.S. So we'll see how that goes, and you never know.
And I see that you've written a couple songs on here. There's a couple co-writes. What? Yeah. There's about 2 songs you co-wrote?
There's 3 songs on there that I co-wrote, the guys that I got to write with are just so talented that they just really make it very easy and very relaxed. So it was an incredible experience. And
it's pretty eclectic too. I mean, there's 15 tracks, very eclectic. And I noticed that you've mentioned many times that you have influences like Coldplay and Pilot and bands like that. I didn't necessarily hear stuff like that on there. So with this new material that you're working on, are you going to spread your wings and be a little more daring, or?
I don't know. I think as an Idol album, which that's what that is, it's it's very daring in comparison to all the other idols. They like to, most of them went with the sure thing, and I think that's because in America, there's tens of millions of dollars at stake, and Clay put out a pretty soft album, I think, and pretty unrisky. And that's not what I'm about. I mean, I love Clay. I think he's a talented, very talented singer, yeah. And I just didn't want to come across too poppy. I'm more of a rock-oriented type of person, and as far as Idol albums go, that's pretty rocky. In fact, I've heard all the other ones, and it's definitely the rockiest. So. And
I don't know what it is. Why is it that, I mean, we live so close to the border, obviously. You'd think we'd be so much like the Americans in American Idol, but we had the most eclectic mix. I mean, artists like yourself or Jenny Geer, do you think they'd have a shot on something like American Idol?
I hope not, because I think that's what makes us different. I think that, Jenny Geer is just phenomenal. Gary Beals is phenomenal. Right. And we had Richie Wilcox, too, from New Waterford, and it's just an amazing bunch of people, and I think that that's what really truly makes it Canadian. And you know what? It's hard to find anything Canadian these days, especially in the music industry, because it's dying, definitely dying, unfortunately.
Oh, absolutely. And right now you're working on new material already for the next record. So
yeah.
Do you ever stop, or?
No, I don't like to be too not moving. I just get bored too easily, and I started writing stuff about last week just in my condo in Toronto, and then I moved out of there, and now I've brought my guitar on the road and hopefully get some more songs written.
So do you plan on writing a lot more and maybe producing the next stuff and slowly evolving and so it becomes really a Ryan Malcolm entity?
Yeah, I mean, it's I wanted to produce this album, we just didn't have time, and it was unfortunate, but I mean, I had a lot of great producers on board, so this next album I'm going to take my time and produce each track the way I want it, and for the most part every track on there is how I wanted it, so I got really lucky that way. But
so when you were waiting in line, which seems like forever ago now, did you have any inclination that you'd be sitting here on your own tour bus and doing a tour of this magnitude?
No, not at all. Even now that I'm doing it, it still seems unreal for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate this time taken out.
No problem.
Great show tonight.
Thank you.
Welcome to St. John. Absolutely.
Right on. Cool.
All right. Take care. Peace.